Hello guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. We are back with some more crazy historical pictures which are going to literally blow your mind. I'm gonna start off with this one. Boys working in a coal mine, 1911. Look at the faces of these kids. These kids have gone through potentially what you can imagine is one of the worst childhoods ever, because when they would reach the age of 7 or 8, they would already go and work in the coal mine with the adults, right, for a meager wage. That is just absolutely insane, guys. Now this is a quite hilarious one. Here we have nuns in the Louvre in Paris in 1938 looking at a very specific, I would say, explicit painting, and they're in awe or amazement. I have no idea, to be honest. This is quite a popular painting actually, and yeah, they're just like staring there. I think this is a very funny and hilarious picture, to be honest. Here we have a historical picture of the Reverend Ralph Abernathy and Martin Luther King in Birmingham, Alabama, 1963. That's right, this was at the beginning of the movement and people's, like, movement of independence, which this man promoted quite heavily across his lifetime. Here we have a very interesting photo. So this is called a Finnish Dragoon. So it was a special soldier kind of army in the Second World War, 1941. And you can see here the clothing and everything. It's quite unique, in the forest, the background. So it's definitely, you can tell that that is pretty much Finland 100%. And that's a really cool photo, to be honest. Here, guys, we have the current Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at the left. This guy here, alright, this guy here. And his father, former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, at the Montreal Expo game, April 1987. That's right, as father as son, this guy has taken the torch, and right now is causing a lot of problems in Canada, and people are definitely not happy with his leadership at the time being. Here, guys, we can see a photo of an rich family, affluent family in the early 1900s. As you can see here, it's quite obvious that the doors are massive, the furniture and everything, the floor. The kids are dressed really nicely with nice and white clothes, as you can see there. So this is a perfect example of a family which should have a really good financial situation, to be honest, at the early 20th century basically, and it tells from everything you can see here, the design, the quality of the things here, and of course, most importantly, the clothing looks very clean and without any patches whatsoever. Now this one is quite a hilarious one. So we have here May 1971, President Carter on the White House West Terrace watches suckling pig being grilled in honor of the Japanese Prime Minister, who had asked to dine on historic American cuisine. Now, I'm not sure if, like, suckling pig is the historic American cuisine. I guess maybe it is. I don't know, you guys can tell me. But I would reckon, I know, like, maybe turkey would be a bit better option. But anyway, this is an example of what they did back in the day for the international visitors that they had. Here, guys, we have a trumpeting elephant in Ceylon in Sri Lanka salutes John Glenn's Mercury Friendship 7 during a world tour of the capsule, July 1st, 1967. This is quite a unique photo and also quite interesting. This, guys, is a photo of a Korean funeral processing, which is followed by trucks from K-Force, New Zealand's expedition force in Korea, 31st December 1953. That's right, this is a funeral processing in Korea, and it looks quite unique, to be honest. We have a colorized photo of Anton Dostler, the Nazi general, moments just before being executed for war crimes in Aversa, Italy, 1st of December 1945. As you can see, the color of the photo kind of brings a lot of realism to this, and also the implications of the moment that this guy knew that his fate was sealed. Here we have a boy standing on a mountain of rubble in Berlin in 1947. Look at that, that is just, the destruction there is incredible. Here we have, back in the day in Florida, 1939, Klansmen riding in a black neighborhood with a noose to warn African Americans not to vote in the elections in Miami. That's right, as you can see here, like, racism back in America was really intense, even back in the day, and was quite intense, especially in the early First and Second World War, and this is a perfect example of that. Here we have, guys, a crowd of 40,000 people who are watching the burning of the un-German books by authors not considered to be conforming to the Nazi ideology at the Opernplatz in Berlin, May 10th, 1933. The amount of books which were burnt there because they were not in conformity with the Nazi way of thinking, it was just, guys, insane. We have a protest of the anti-globalization movement come face to face with the police during the G8 summit in Genova in July 20th, 2001. That's right, people even back in the day, they did not want deglobalization to happen, but as you can see now, it's happening anyway because the forces of the governments and the private corporations are making a push for this every single day. Here we have one of the people who was the oldest Indian native Indian to ever live, which lived 137 years, dying in 1922. Chief John Smith, that's right, this guy is the old Indian by the local whites, and this guy has literally had some very interesting skin situation there, and also he lived for a very extensive amount of time. Here we have a photo which is interesting, guys. This is the 14th of April 1994. The top executives of the 7 largest tobacco companies in the US have sworn in the Congress that they do not believe that cigarettes are addictive. So, can you believe that? Like, these people swore that they are not addictive. That is just hilarious, guys. Purely hilarious. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video on some of the most crazy photos we've seen in history. As always, I shall see you later in the next upload. Bye.